everyone, welcome to Wilkes Now. I'm Brianna Ebish.
And I'm Gracie Franco.
Let's take a look at what we have on today's show.
Hello everyone, I'm Ariel Reed. It's homecoming this weekend and I'll tell you what to expect outside during this weekend's festivities later in the show.
Hello everyone, I'm Cabrini Renicki, the editor-in-chief of The Beacon, and on today's Beacon Briefs, I'll tell you what's in the news this week. Don't forget that you can grab your own copy of The Beacon on any campus building. I'll have more coming up soon. See you in a few.
I'm Kirsten Peters.
And I'm Eric Bideman.
Coming up on Sports Now, we highlight the latest fall sports news.
We'll also take a look at this weekend's upcoming competitions for homecoming.
We'll see you back here soon for more.
So it's October 1st, which means Halloween is practically just right around the corner, and I'm really excited to see everybody's costumes this year.
Oh yeah, me too. I love Halloween.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite holidays.
Do you have your costume picked out yet?
Not yet, do you?
I do. I already have them.
I'm really excited to see it then.
Oh, thank you.
The Colonel's Closet was a recipient of a generous donation from the Owl Beach West Side Food Pantry and now has a full-size refrigerator. This allows for an expansion of the offerings and include more healthy eating options. Please stop by the Colonel's Closet inside the Interfaith office on the second floor of the Henry Student Center to take advantage of the wide array of products that we have to offer. Hours are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and Tuesday and Thursday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. All visits are confidential. Please email kristen.ossapower@wilkes.edu with your questions.
Attention all clubs. Enter your club to be a part of homecoming at the tailgate tent on Saturday, October 5th. There are two ways to be a part of the event. Design a poster welcoming back alumni to campus or host a kid-friendly activity in the Colonel's Corner at the tailgate tent. Wilkes alumni who attend homecoming will get tickets to vote for their favorite table. If your club poster or activity wins the most votes, we'll treat you to a pizza party. The deadline to register to participate is Tuesday, October 1st. If your club is interested, please contact Angelina Davis, Office of Alumni Relations intern at angelinadavis@wilkes.edu or call 570-408-3325. Now let's check in with Niall on Scientifically Speaking.
Hello world and all those who inhabit it. My name is Neil and I'm your host of Scientifically Speaking. On this show, we discuss a wide array of topics from biology to psychology and even more. The only thing that I ask of you is to keep an open mind. Today's topic is going to be about Alzheimer's disease. For those of you who don't know, Alzheimer's disease is a form of dementia that causes problems with memory, thinking, and behavior. Alzheimer's disease is known as a progressive or neurodegenerative disease. This means it worsens over time. In its early stages, symptoms such as memory loss are mild. However, in later stages of Alzheimer's, individuals lose the ability to carry on conversations, the ability to respond to their environment, and much more. For reference, here are PET scans of 3 different brains. As you can see on the left, there is brain activity of someone who is healthy being shown. In the middle, you can see a brain that has mild cognitive impairment. There's definitely less activity compared to the healthy brain, but nothing compared to the third brain on the right. In Alzheimer's, there are parts of the brain that aren't even showing activity, which is terrifying. Alzheimer's is the 6th leading cause of death in the United States. On average, a person with this disorder lives 4 to 8 years after diagnosis, but can live as long as 20 years. Throughout the course of this disease, the brain undergoes rapid neurodegeneration. If you look at this coronal cut of 2 different brains, you can clearly see the difference between a healthy brain and one that had Alzheimer's. Just look at the loss of gray matter, which are cell bodies, neuronal cell bodies. You can also see a big shrinkage in size of the brain as well. The impact of Alzheimer's is tremendous, which is why we need to find ways to cure it. In order to find a cure, we should look at the biological components that contribute to it. Q-acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that was discovered by Otto Lowy while experimenting with frog hearts and the vagus nerve. Acetylcholine plays a huge role in Alzheimer's disease. This neurotransmitter in normal amounts causes muscles to contract, activates pain responses, regulates endocrine, and REM sleep. REM sleep, pain responses, What does this have to do with Alzheimer's disease? Well, research over the years has found that acetylcholine in the hippocampus, which is a brain structure important for memory, is important for memory formation. What is affected in Alzheimer's? Memory. Individuals with Alzheimer's disease have low levels of acetylcholine. As the brain cells of someone with Alzheimer's disease die, they release excess amounts of glutamate, which is a neurotransmitter important for neuronal communication. Glutamate can be very neurotoxic when released in those levels, which explains why there is so much damage to the brain. Now that we have a basic understanding of Alzheimer's disease, what can we help treat it? Well, believe it or not, exercise. Exercise seems to be useful for literally everything. How can exercise help individuals with Alzheimer's? Hear the research out. We have a protein called BDNF, or brain-derived neurotrophic factor, that is related with growth factors. BDNF is heavily involved in nerve growth in the central and peripheral nervous systems. Researchers found that exercised animals from a mouse model of Alzheimer's had greatly enhanced memory compared to sedentary ones due to improved adult hippocampal neurogenesis and a rise in amounts of a BDNF. There have also been similar effects in humans. While BDNF does help prevent Alzheimer's and helps delay it for those who have already been diagnosed, it is not shown to cure Alzheimer's. This is still huge for individuals with Alzheimer's, those who have a risk of Alzheimer's, or those who want to stay healthy. Exercise helps improve memory along with many other things. With all of that jargon being spewed around, that is just about it for this segment. Thank you so much for watching Scientifically Speaking. I'm your host, Neil, and I will see you in the next one.
Thanks, Neil. Ruth's Place will host their 12th annual Walk for Hope from 1 to 4 p.m. on Sunday, October 6th at Volunteers of America across from the Market Street Bridge on River Street. The Walk for Hope is the organization's largest fundraiser of the year. Ruth's Place helps 300 women annually to get back on their feet. Every penny raised at the Walk for Hope goes toward keeping the doors of Ruth's Place open to the women in need in Luzerne County. Join us in walking in the shoes of women experiencing homelessness. The Walk for Hope is open to the public and donations are encouraged. There will be food, music, vendors, fun, and education for all. Now, let's take it over to Cabrini for this week's Beacon Briefs.
Welcome to the Beacon Briefs. I'm Cabrini Ranicki, the Editor-in-Chief for the Beacon here at Wilkes. Here's what's been happening. Sordoni Art Gallery held its first Art in Context lecture for its current exhibit, Rust Belt Biennial. The lecture, titled Undocumented Fears, Immigration and the Politics of Divide and Conquer in Hazleton, Pennsylvania, was hosted by Jamie Longazel, a political science professor of John Jay College of Criminal Justice. The lecture focused on the fear behind immigration, specifically focusing on the issue in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. The next Art in Context lecture is tomorrow, October 2nd at 4:30 p.m. and is free to the public. Wilkes Dining Services held its first Food Advisory Board meeting. The meeting featured faculty from dining services listening to comments and concerns from students and staff members. Some of the issues addressed included food accessibility and more visible and accurate menu boards. Changes coming in the next year include the chef's table, increased vegan and vegetarian options, and the possibility of pre-order via a mobile phone app. In other news, Yosara Gonzalez, a graduate student in the education program at Wilkes, received a grant from the AAUW, the American Association of University Women. The grant will provide funding for her education and career development. Thanks for checking in, guys. That's all I have for today. I'm Cabrini Ranicki, and this is Beacon Briefs. Now let's get back to the studio.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this public service announcement.
I'm a professional golfer. I am a colon cancer survivor, and I fight because I want people to survive what they're going through and live long, happy lives. It's the second leading cause of death of any cancer, probably something most folks don't know, but it's also one of the most treatable forms of cancer. So you can prevent this by proactively doing things about it, and many times you're going to find out that it's be a lifesaver to do that.
Welcome back. Join Bacchus for an alcohol awareness walk. The walk will take place on Tuesday, October 22nd. There will also be free food, table activities, and walkers who have signed up will receive a free t-shirt. The mile walk will start at the Fenner Quad near the John Wilkes statue and end at Kirby Park. You can sign up by filling out a Google form. If you have any questions, please email Leticia Patino Flores at wilkes.edu. Now let's send it to Sean and Tyler for this week's pizza review.
Pizza review time. Pizza review number 2 of the fall semester. We are at Januzzi's Pizza right off of Main Street. This is East Northampton Street in Wilkes-Barre. Special guest, Sean Austin. Sean, glad to have you here
glad
with
to be
the pizza
here.
review.
Yeah, the right
this
guy.
Pizza King of Wilkes-Barre right here. So we're gonna take a look at this thing. We just got a medium pie here, and gonna take a gander at it, and does look pretty good.
Sauced up. We have some good stuff here.
Yeah, I think we have some good stuff. So before we get into it, Sean, tell me a little bit. You know, you're, like I said, the pizza expert here in Wilkes-Barre.
Right. Well,
give me a little more insight on that.
Between the years of 2017, 2018, shot 5 seasons of Angelo's with Sean, where just went out with a group of guys, you know, friends, had some pizza, chopped it up. And it wasn't only at Angelo's. We did Jerry's, Dino's. This is my first time doing Januzzi, so I'm happy to add this to the list.
Yeah, and like I said, this is the first time he's going to have Januzzi's, so this is going to be very raw. So if you don't want to dig in here, let's try it out. We'll break it.
It's a nice thin crust here.
Yeah, that's one thing that kind of surprised me. It's a lot
very a popular crust in the valley. You can go thin.
Yeah.
It's hot.
It is very hot.
Say that, it's hot.
Not going to give me 3rd-degree burns, though, but
no.
I will like that.
Not super hot, but enough to, you know, do the job.
You know, I got to say, this is thin, and it's a little more crispy, which I like a lot. Some of the other pizzas didn't necessarily have that, but I do like that crunchiness that comes with the crust.
Right. This is an old-fashioned valley pizza. Thin crust, cheese to sauce ratio, just about even. Definitely, I'm going to give it a thumbs up on my book.
So, well, we'll rate it. Before we rate them 1 to 10, just tell me, so before today, what is your favorite pizza place around like here since?
Angelo's by far. It's not even close. I think the options Angelo's gives you can go thin crust, thick crust. You can do the sweet sauce or your traditional tomato sauce. Just the options, anchovies, olives. It sounds typical, but when you do it at Angelo's, they just do it a little above the rest. You know, like I said, this is an old-fashioned style. If you're from this area, you know the taste, you know the style. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, I gotta say this pizza is impressing me more than I thought it was.
Right.
This is actually very good pizza.
Right.
So, like I said, we're gonna rate it 1 through 10. I'm gonna think through mine through. So if you're ready, you can give your score here.
Think it through. I don't want to give them an underwhelming score. Can we go decibels in this?
Yep, very much so. I'm glad you brought that up.
I'll go 6.7. Give them a 6.7.
You know, that's very funny because in our last review, that's what I gave.
Oh, really?
It's 6.7.
6.7.
So,
like I said, if you're looking for a slice of pizza, you're on campus, it's definitely a good spot to go to.
And the thing here too with Januzzi's, I don't know if it's just my taste, but it feels like the sauce is a lot sweeter for some reason.
Do you think so?
I think it's sweeter than what I've had before. I'm gonna have to go. I gotta take one more bite.
Take another bite, you know.
I'm gonna have to go with the 6.4. The crunchiness is very good. There's just I like the sauce and all, but I just don't think there's quite enough, and there's a little too much cheese for me. But other than that, I would say it's a pretty solid pizza.
I think the thin crust style, I think it works perfectly with this kind of pizza. You know, a thicker crust, you may not get as much taste out of it. You say that 6-point range will definitely do for this pizza.
Yeah, definitely. So that's pizza review with the pizza expert here, Sean Austin.
Pizza King, baby.
Pizza King. We'll be sure to have more of you with our pizza reviews as we go on throughout here. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
That is our pizza review here from Januzzi's.
Thanks, guys. Now let's send it over to Kirsten and Eric for Sports Now.
Welcome to Sports Now. I'm Kirsten Peters.
And I'm Eric Bideman.
The athletic complexes were quiet on Wilkes' campus this weekend, with Colonel football having a bye week and numerous other contests being played at the opposing team's facilities.
Men's soccer split away contests against the University of Scranton and Immaculata University.
In the 3-2 victory over Scranton, a goal in the 81st minute of play by senior midfielder Kyle Bentz broke the 2-2 tie and led Wilkes to a 3-2 comeback in the non-conference matchup. Bentz earned the Mac Freedom Offensive Player of the Week honor following his performance.
Junior midfielder Seth Fowler and freshman midfielder Mark Kyriakidis contributed to 2 other goals in the contest.
Wilkes begins conference play this Saturday at noon during homecoming weekend. The men's soccer team will break in the brand new Bruggerworth turf field that is to be revealed prior to the contest.
Women's soccer also split their 2 contests this past week, taking home the 4-0 victory against Marywood.
The 4 goals were the biggest scoring output by the Colonels this season. Emily Beidelsbach, Haley Evans, Cariana Vargas, and Kylie Harwick each found the back of the net.
Kendall Koch earned her first career victory as the senior played the first half in goal for the Colonels and made 1 save. Michaela Ronksa played the final 45 minutes to combine for the shutout.
The women will follow the men's contest on Saturday at 3 p.m. against FDU Florham.
The field hockey team followed in suit, splitting their 2 contests for the week with a loss to Scranton and a 3-2 victory against Eastern in their first conference matchup of the season.
Senior midfielder Julia Kiss started the Colonels scoring in the 3rd minute of the game. Sophomore forward Morgan Murphy followed shortly behind 11 minutes later with a goal of her own to advance Wilkes' lead to 2-0. Murphy's goal was her 10th of the season and currently ranks her in 2nd in the conference.
However, Wilkes surrendered their 2-goal lead with back-to-back Eastern goals. Junior Lauren Baldwin reclaimed the Colonels' dominance with the game winner in the 4th quarter.
Field hockey joins the spread this week with contests against Elizabethtown and DeSales.
Women's volleyball claimed 3 victories out of their 4 contests this week. Senior outside hitter Jamie Mikovic was named to the Wesley Quads All-Tournament squad.
Against Farmingdale, sophomore setter Carly Huffman had 41 assists and 3 service aces, enough to lead the Colonels in both categories. Senior defensive specialist Julie Murphy added a team-leading 22 digs.
Against John Jay, outside hitters Christy Challenger and Mikovic tied for the team lead in blocks with 3 apiece. Mikovic recorded a high of 15 digs.
The Colonels will travel to Delaware Valley on Wednesday and compete in a tri-match in Chester, PA on Saturday against Newman and Widener.
Women's golf was outmatched by the University of Scranton, falling 452 to 333. Sophomore Gwen McConnell led all Wilkes finishers, carding an 87 on the par 72 course, while sophomore Cassidy Taylor followed, posting a 96.
Men's golf had no recent contests and will get back on the course this Friday against crosstown rival King's College.
The same goes for men's and women's cross country, as both teams haven't competed since September 20th and are preparing for the Paul Short Invitational this Saturday, October 5th.
Wilkes football will be back on the field in their homecoming contest against Alvernia at 1 p.m. at Schmidt Stadium this Saturday as well. Luke Madrofsky and Dylan Mell will have the call on 90.7 WCLH starting at 12:50 p.m.
As for the Beacon's Athlete of the Week, on the men's side, it's senior football player Bud Moyer, and on the women's side, it's sophomore tennis player Alexis Sierri.
Be sure to grab your copy of the Beacon that comes out every Tuesday to see the Athlete of the Week spreads and the rest of the sports section. Now that's all we have today for Sports Now. I'm Kirsten Peters.
And I'm Eric Bideman. Wilkes Now will be right back after this public service announcement.
You doing okay, man?
Yeah, why?
You haven't been acting like yourself lately.
I don't know. These negative thoughts just keep gnawing at me.
I get it, man, and I'm here if you ever need to talk.
Thanks.
Mental health. It's not weird between friends. Learn more at bringchangetamind.org.
What if being in recovery from a mental or substance use disorder was something we proudly showed the world? You might be surprised. Millions of people are in recovery, sharing hope, help, and support with family, friends, and community. Join the Voices for Recovery. For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral for mental and substance use disorders for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP.
Welcome to Weather Now. I'm Ariel Reed. Right now we're looking at temperatures that are 67 degrees right now, and so for today we're looking at a high of 79 degrees with partly sunny skies and a low of 64. Heading into Wednesday and Thursday, as normal for Wilkes-Barre, PA, we're looking at rain. Wednesday we're looking at a 60% chance of rain in the later evenings, and into Thursday we're looking at an 80% chance, and that's just about all day long for that. On Wednesday, we have a high of 80 degrees and a low of 57. Thursday, we have a high of 69 degrees and a low of 52. Thankfully, it'll clear up for homecoming weekend. Friday, we're looking at a mostly cloudy skies with a high of 62 and a low of 40. And Saturday for game day, it's going to be 61 degrees and 45 is the low. Heading back into Sunday and Monday, we're yet again looking at some more rain. On both those days, we're looking at about 30% chance of storms with a high of 65 on Sunday, a low of 49. And on Monday, we're looking at a high of 68, a low of 64. Just to reiterate, this is the storm that's coming through, that's going across from the west coast to the east coast. As you can see, this is into Wednesday, and then later into Thursday, we're definitely going to get some rain. So as you already know, it rains a lot here in Wilkes-Barre, PA. Wilkes-Barre on average gets 42 inches of rain per year, and the U.S. average is 38 inches. We also have approximately 128 days with some form of precipitation, which that is rain, sleet, snow, you know. So looking into Tuesday, this is where we have our highest percent chance of rain, and we will definitely get rain on Thursday. And then this will probably carry over into early Friday, but it should be clear for the rest of Friday. Looking ahead, we're looking at temperatures going to drop throughout the week, and we do have a chance of rain basically every day. That's all for Weather Now. I'm Ariel Reed. Back to the anchor desk for more.
That's all the time we have for today. Just a reminder, you can watch us live every Tuesday on Service Electric Channel 97 at 12 noon. Also, check out our YouTube channel for episodes of the show and more.
And in case you missed it, our broadcast re-airs every weeknight at 7:30 p.m. I thank you very much for watching. From all of us here at Wilkes Now, have a great week.